Hey, it's Lula Manderson and welcome to the news, your local Mzansi South African news, African and international news. So if that's your thing, please subscribe to the channel. Also slap a like on it if you're enjoying the content. Also support us on Patreon. No one is supporting this channel. We're not getting any funding. So your support would be much appreciated. It's Patreon. The link is in the description below. Today's headlines: our Correctional Services Minister Pieter Groenewald has raided Sun City Prison and you'll be shocked what he found. Corruption accused Zizi Kodwa resigns as Member of Parliament. I think this was the right decision for him and for the ANC. Joburg Mayor says he's being targeted because he's a black man from Soweto. And the alliance in the Sahel is getting stronger and stronger. Our first story: the Minister of Correctional Services, Pieter Groenewald, has raided Sun City Prison and they found all sorts of things. But before all of this whole thing started on social media. Now, prisoners are free in our prisons, so free that they are able to play PlayStation. They have PlayStation in prisons, they have cell phones, they can go live, they can create TikToks. So this is the first video that created all these problems.
In South Africa, even prisoners can go live on Instagram and TikTok.
I bet you thought prison was a very bad place. Jail is really fun in South Africa, if we come to think about it. These people can do anything, whatever they want, because at some point I've had friend requests on Facebook from a guy who's in jail. I know people who chat with people that are in jail, that actually have boyfriends in jail. Girls, I'm telling you right now, there are ladies that have boyfriends in jail. They chat with them all the time. So this kind of thing has been happening for years.
The fact that our children from our communities go in as men, as boys, and they come out as women from those prisons. I did not hear you say anything about the fact that those prisons are indeed not prison cells, but they are more like holiday resorts, Minister. It is a place where you go in as an amateur prisoner and you come out as a seasoned criminal, where criminals spend all of their time sitting and actually now becoming content creators. They become amazing at TikTok and at Instagram.
So what does it all mean for our correctional services? I'm of the mind that if prisoners are in jail and they are feeling free, they are feeling okay, they are happy, they are smiling, they are chubby, that's a good thing, right? We don't want prisoners, when they come out of jail, they terrorize people because they are angry from the treatment they got in prison. Because back in the day, prison was really scary. But nowadays, if you know someone went to jail, they come back chubby, they come back happy. All these people, I know a couple of people that went to jail for like 10 years. And when they came back, they were very happy. So this guy, Ed Makasi, he looks at me and I look at him. I know that the last time I saw this guy was like more than 10 years ago. He's like to me, "Hey, my guy, do you remember me?" And I was like, "Man, I remember. I know you. We went to the same school. We're in the same class." And he's like to his friend, you see, they know me, Ekasi. They still remember me." He felt like a legend in a way. He felt happy. But unfortunately, the guy went to prison again. So I don't know when we will see him again. I can see on social media, many people are praising Pieter Groenewald. And yeah, they can praise him, but this is nothing special. There have been raids on prisons before. The only difference this time is that there are actually cameras. It's being publicized on social media. We have a media apparatus that's going around telling us that prisons are like this, and they have cameras that can actually shoot this thing. Because in 2021, there was a raid on prisons. In 2022, there was a raid on prisons. So what makes this special? Is it because Peter Grootwald did it? Come on, man. The next story, our mayor Kabelo Gwamanda is complaining. He's saying that we are on his case because he's a black man from Soweto. And that's not the case. I think the reason that he's having a tough time is because let's think about Joburg for a moment. Have you ever been to Johannesburg? Have you seen the streets, how they are? Have you been to Hillbrow? Hillbrow is a mess. You can't... Man, I've had instances where they took a phone from me in Hillbrow. I'm talking about something that happened. The story is a bit long, but I'd rather tell you. It's the old-fashioned one. You are in a taxi, you are busy chatting, right? I knew that I wasn't supposed to chat while I was in Hillbrow, but the thing is, there was a person next to me and I was sandwiched in between two passengers. But unfortunately, the person that was next to me didn't close the window. So when he was going out of the taxi, they got me. That's when they got me. I ran out of the taxi. I looked at the guy and they told me he went into a certain passage. And I was like, my phone is gone. Luckily for me, at that moment, I had gotten my bonus, so I was able to purchase a phone the next day. But I went back to the taxi. Man, it was a really sad day. So Hillbrow is pretty dangerous. So do you expect Kabelo Gwamanda, our mayor, to solve all these problems overnight? I mean, these things have been happening for the last 30 years. Hillbrow, let's think about it. There are buildings that are hijacked. Literally, people just come and hijack a building. So let's take you are an owner of a building. You think everything is fine. People are paying rent. And most probably you don't even want to go into those apartments. You don't even want to amend the building or anything. So a guy, maybe a foreigner, comes into the building, tells all the tenants that from now on you must pay rent to me, otherwise I'll kick you out. So the rightful owner no longer gets the rent. Now the building is hijacked. That's how they do it. So Kabelo Gwamanda, they expect him to solve all these problems and get rid of maybe illegal immigrants in Joburg, because illegal immigrants in Joburg, that's the hub of illegal immigrants. If you want to catch illegal immigrants, you need to go to Hillbrow. So now, what must happen? Must we fire this guy? Who's going to replace him? Who's going to be the mayor of Joburg? Is there anyone fit enough who's capable of doing this? I don't think so at this point. We need a strong police force to actually get to the bottom of this, because at the end of the day, we must think about this. Not only the prisoners are eating in Johannesburg, there are actually corrupt police who are actually eating there. So how do you solve such a corrupt system overnight? You need to actually arrest people who are in the higher ups to actually get to the bottom of this. As Ramaphosa unroots the corruption in government, Zizi Kodwa is the next victim. So now, since he's going to court attending his corruption case, he has resigned as a member of parliament, and rightfully so, because he's saving the reputation of the ANC, Ramaphosa and himself. Now, my question is, who actually gets arrested for corruption? Because we know for a fact that most government officials are corrupt to some extent. Even Ramaphosa, to some extent, is actually corrupt. So who actually gets prosecuted? Do you get prosecuted because maybe you are not going to share with the rest of the people that want the money, or someone snitched on you? What is the protocol? Because we know that most politicians that are getting money on the side. So we need to know what's really happening, because this guy is arrested. We'll have another politician that's being arrested. And okay, Democratic Alliance. I have never seen anyone from the Democratic Alliance getting arrested for corruption. It's usually in the ANC. Why is it the only political party that's being prosecuted? People are getting prosecuted in the ANC. Why not the Democratic Alliance? EFF, you saw the VBS saga. No one got arrested in the EFF because of VBS. Maybe it's because they're innocent, they didn't do anything. We can never know for sure. So yeah, man, corruption is a thing. People are getting arrested. Rightfully so, wrongfully so. Are they the right people? Who are the big fish in this corruption thing? I guess we have to accept that Zizi Kodwa is the one getting arrested, and there's actually something being done when it comes to corruption. And then our final story, the alliance in the Sahel is getting stronger. The alliance includes Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Remember, the last time we spoke about Niger, it was the time they were taking out the US soldiers. They removed all the US military from Niger. So Niger has its own military at the moment, and they're not being guarded by anyone. No one is spying on them. So Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore is actually buying equipment for his government. Here's a video to show the equipment.
Toutes les régions du Burkina auront ces véhicules de santé. Toutes les régions du Burkina. Ouais. Ibrahim Traoré, il n'y a pas son deux. Ibrahim Traoré, regardez-moi tout ça, regardez-moi un gros plan. Vous allez tout voir, regardez-moi un gros plan, vous voyez tous ces véhicules-là. Tout ça, c'est au Burkina Faso.
The interesting about the alliance of the Sahel is that at some point there were the Benin Empire and also the Mali Empire. All these empires existed, but as soon as you draw the borders, you are telling the people that you are not of one empire, and that's what the Europeans did. They just drew maps across our empires, and we thought we were different empires, we were different countries. Countries were not a thing in Africa. Countries were created by the colonizers. So now, these guys are actually coming together, forming a formerly good empire, a powerful empire that used to rule Benin, Mali. You know, there was a point whereby Mansa Musa, if you know about him, he was the king of Benin, and this guy had so much wealth, he gave away so much gold on his way to Mecca that it offset all the economies. So now he made gold worthless. There was so much gold everywhere that it was worthless. It's the same as money right now. If we were to print too much money, it would be worthless. Hence inflation. So he created the first inflation in history using gold. So the alliance of the Sahel was meant to happen. It's something that the ancestors really wanted. That's why it's happening at the moment. And I really hope these guys are strong enough to actually liberate the rest of Africa, because we really need them. We need them in the Congo. We need them in Nigeria. Nigeria, I think, is the strongest stronghold, because if you don't know, Nigeria is being controlled by the Shell Petroleum. So we need to kick out Shell Petroleum so that Nigeria can have its real independence. Because right now, as you can see, Nigerians are going all over the world trying to find opportunities, because in Nigeria, man, things are bad there. They are so bad that people are going all over the world to find opportunities, and they are being hated because they are willing to do anything. Once you are a Nigerian, you are born into a situation that's so bad that you want to out hustle everyone, because it's a matter of survival. So I'm not really surprised when Nigerians go to certain countries. They just want to hustle by any means necessary. They are willing to sacrifice anything and anyone because of their current situation in their country. So when people hate on Nigerians, I understand. I know how it is. I've investigated Nigeria, why the situation is like that. There are people who protested during the 1990s, but you know what happened? They were arrested. They were called prisoners. So Nigerians have been trying to protest, but nothing is happening. So the alliance in the Sahel is our hope for Nigeria to be free, for Congo to be free. Hopefully, the whole of Africa will be free one day, and we don't want any borders. A borderless Africa is what we all want. So yeah, that's the video for you today. If you liked it, slap the like button. If you enjoyed the overall content, also subscribe. Also follow me on all socials, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, Facebook, whatever. I'm all over the place. Just follow me there. Like and subscribe, as I'm telling you. News will be coming. News are endless. I'll always be bringing you news as much as possible. every day if I have to, if I can, obviously, because, hey man, the editing process is very hard. But I really enjoy doing this. And also support me on Patreon. It would be very nice for me to do the news and actually get paid for this. But so far, it's my passion that's pushing me. I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy bringing you the news. But anyways, it's Lula Manderson. For now, sharp sharp.